Hello, how are you all doing? Gemma here in Cardiff. Sun's shining finally, and feeling good. It is really messy, the studio. You've got like a very small little view of what's actually happening here at the moment because we had a very busy craft night last night. At the end of it, I just walked out. So I've come back to deal with it today, and I haven't got around to it yet. I'm also noticing how long my hair is. So yeah, it's good doing these videos. So hopefully the customer who cuts my hair is watching, and maybe she'll message me. So yeah, I hope you're all well. Do message if you're joining. And I'm doing a super simple craft today, a craft that's really good if you have random craft materials in your house, which generally, if you're watching a craft video, you very well might have. So we do these a lot with kids. We do them a lot at the end of craft clubs. They're a really good way to get everyone to sit down and relax. And like I said, they're a really good way. We've generally got all the stuff here at the studio. And I imagine a lot of you will have it at home. So all you're going to need is a canvas. That can be of any size. The good thing with canvases, like obviously we've got some new ones here, but you can easily pick them up in charity shops with like ugly designs on, and you can totally cover them. You may even have some canvases at home that you look at and think, oh, I don't really like that anymore. So you could give it a little bit of an upgrade and totally cover it with yarn and string and rope. I'll give you some other ideas. And of course, any size will do. I'm going to have a go at one a bit bigger today. So that's going to be that. And then you'll need a ruler and a pencil. All right. And you need some scissors. And then I use a staple gun. Now, I know that isn't maybe something that everyone has at home, but you could alternatively use glue or double-sided tape. So I'll show you all different methods. Again, my big thing is I'm quite keen that you don't go out and go and buy lots of new materials. I think it's quite good if you're able to make something with stuff that you already have at home. So you can see I started figuring this one out. But all you need to do is you need to measure your canvas. Oh yeah, so the one material I forgot to mention, which is the most important, is the material to cover it. So here we just use like a chunky yarn, but I've seen lovely ones where they've used like twine, string. You could even use kind of thicker, we've got some macrame ropes here. And then today, just to make it a little bit quicker for the demonstration, I've got all these odd balls of like super chunky yarn in nice colours. I thought they look quite nice together. And then the benefit of those is that they're also going to be really fast. Again, if you use thinner yarn, something like DK yarn, then it is going to be quite slow, but then it will look beautiful, but it'll just take twice as long because you'll have to get wrapped around it so many times. So yeah, hopefully you've got like a little stash of things that you could use at home that you could gather, get some nice colours together. And then if you want it to be organized, like obviously you could do the lines all different widths and things, but generally it is quite handy to figure out the size and then draw yourself a little grid so you've got something to work with. So this is 25 centimeters by 30 centimeters. So I'm going to just put the maths quite easy. I'm going to do divide by 5. All right, so as you can see, I've started drawing myself a grid. And I'll carry on doing that and just come onto screen. So I'm just doing little marks at 5 centimeters, 15, 20, and then I'll do some more down below. 20. A bit like being back at school. Again, if any teachers are watching, I always say, if you're like a brownie leader, that sort of thing, this is a great craft. The kids literally sit silently and crack on with this for ages. So yeah, I've got my grid and I'm ready to start my picture. Now, the good thing about this is that it's totally random. There isn't really, you can see I've started lower down. This must have been an early one that I did, this one and this one, because they're totally covered. And then the higher ones are seen. So I guess if you've got any colours that you don't particularly like, you could obviously put those a little bit lower. So start with those and then make sure you finish. But generally you get to repeat colours anyway. So attaching it to the frame. What I do is I start on the back, have a little look where the line ends. You could even draw, I might even help myself out here actually, draw myself a little pencil line on the side. All right, so I've got a little guide to where I'm going to start. And I'm going to notch this around the frame. So I'm just literally just about where that pencil mark is, about 5 centimeters away from the edge. I'm going to do myself a little notch. Do let me know in the comments if you've been making anything recently. I've done lots of these videos now. I'm coming back, I think it's about 2 weeks. Let's have a look at your calendar. 19th, I'll be back doing wire words. That'll be nice. And then I keep meaning to mention that I'd like to do bucket hats. So watch this space. I'll hopefully be back for that. So yeah, but let me know what you've been doing. So all I've done there is I've simply knotted it on. And then I guess that pencil mark wasn't needed actually, because I can, the second one that I did, because I can just now roll it to the height that I want. Make sure it's at the beginning of one of my lines. I'm going to do this little grid first, okay? Now, the glue and the sellotape and all that sort of stuff that I mentioned, that's quite good for now because you don't want this to move. So if you were using sellotape or double-sided, you could stick a little bit here. Like sellotape, you could stick it here. Double-sided, you could stick it here. That would actually be quite, we've never done that, but that would be quite a good way of capturing each round. And the same with glue, you can pop some glue on it. Maybe need to leave it to dry for a minute. But I use, nice and quick and easy, a staple gun. And I literally just staple the wool to the frame, like so. I just popped a staple right there. And that's, like I said, nice and easy. The kids quite enjoy that. Quite a quick way of securing it in place. And then that's it then. I'm just going to literally just try and keep your tension the same. Just going literally one side across the board to the other. It's one of those crafts where the back doesn't matter. It's all about what the front looks like. All right, so I find it easiest to kind of position them as I go. So I just use my finger to check that they're next to each other rather than kind of waiting to the end, but I'm sure both will be fine. So this yarn's nice. It's got like a nice graduation to it, so it's changing colour as I work. Yeah, like I say, considering these were just random balls I grabbed, I feel like this is actually going to look quite nice. Nice natural colours. And I'm going to go all the way to that line. That's, yeah, it's looking really nice because it's like changing from blue to turquoise. One more. And again, it doesn't matter if I don't perfectly get to the line because of course I will be going up to it, but it's more of an indication that I've done about 5 centimetres. So then I'm going to flip it to the other side, to the back, and then I'm just going to cut it. Now again, if you don't have a staple gun, you could knot it to the previous layer. If you're using glue, you could now add some glue. If you're using sellotape, you could add some sellotape. But I've got my trusty staple gun, and I'm just going to staple gun it on, which is nice. Again, nice and quick and easy. So that's my first line done. Now I'm going to start doing one in another direction. So here we go. To find the end. Same process again. So just popping it over the top, flipping it over, doing a knot. By the way, you may have noticed on the other one, there's a random little bee or wasp type thing. It was just some random pin that was hanging around the studio, and it kept bugging me. It kept kind of like appearing places. It didn't really have a home. So one day I just stuck it in the frame. So yeah, you can also do that. That's a good thing about canvas. So again, just rolling it into position. I'm going to do that middle one there, like so. And I'm just going to staple down it to keep it still, like so. And then off I go. So just round. So yes, like I said, I've done that lovely blue section, but most of that's going to get covered by the time I do lots of my lines. But luckily it's only scrap wool, so I'll make sure I put some more blue. And you do need to do all the sections. Well, you can get away without doing all the sections because the way they overlap. The only problem is then you have white on the side, so that's up to you. If that bothers you, you will have to do all the sections. Or if you don't mind, I should be looking at the front rather than the back. One's got twisted there. So yeah, as demonstrated there, always work so that you're looking at the front, because I just had twisted a yarn and haven't noticed on the back. Off I go again. Round. So yeah, as you can see, I'm feeling pretty chilled already. I'm not worrying about all the mess in the studio. I'm not worrying about all the things I need to do. I've actually got some friends coming in soon. We're off to a festival in about a month's time, and they're helping me with the craft. So I'm going to teach them how to do it. It was one of their birthdays yesterday, so I've bought us some delicious brownie. So I'll obviously have to have one. I have to share one for a birthday. So that'll be nice. Here we go. So I've got my second one done. Again, holding it where I'd like it to cut. Hi, Rosemary. How you doing? Hope you're keeping well. You're always a good avid crafter. Do let me know what you've been doing. And then staple gun. Boom. And I've got the next one done. I'll start the next one and just see if you've got any questions or anything you think of. I always try and check later on, just in case. I know some people don't watch it live, so they may not see this yet. So if I do get notifications, so do let me know if you have a question. But yeah, like I said, it is a really easy craft, this, and just a really nice way to use up materials and maybe craft with friends and just make a colourful picture that maybe matches your home, especially, like I said, if you've got lots of yarn like me knocking about. Oh. All right, here we go. Third one, and then I'll leave you to get started, and I hope that you enjoy having a little go at making your own. There we go. So I've got a bit of a tangle there. The good thing is, if let's say, that's good, this is a good idea. Let's say that I have fixed that out, but let's say I got a total tangle, or it was a short piece of yarn. You literally could just cut it off, staple it on, and then just go back to doing it in the same color. So it's super flexible. You don't have to have super long pieces of yarn. If you had lots of little bits for some reason, you could just, the back can be really messy, lots of sellotape and lots of staple guns or whatever it is that you're using, but the front will look great. That's all that matters. So don't feel like you can't use small pieces, or if it gets in a tangle, don't panic. There you go. So just get to here. For someone from Yorkshire, nice. I'm coming up to Yorkshire in a couple of weeks' time. Never been before, actually. I'm going to visit family. Let me know if there's any tips. I definitely want to pop into Leeds and go to the scrap store there whilst on the drive as well. I don't know if any of you follow that. It looks amazing, and they've got a dog that looks just like my dog, so I feel like they need to meet each other. Oh, this is good. Lots of people joining now. Nice, yeah. So glad to hear that you think it looks good. Like I said, it is really easy, but it's really nice to be able to share it with you, because it's one of those things that maybe you've seen on Pinterest or Instagram and you thought, is it as easy as it looks? This is one of those examples of yes, it is, unlike some of them which are ridiculous and really difficult. So yeah, you just wrap. So I'd staple gun that one now, and then I would choose another section, and you just kind of go with the flow and just see what happens. But yeah, my top tip would be go random. Don't obviously go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that'll just be weird and boring and stripy. Make sure you just go back and forth and just choose random ones and just go with the flow. And it isn't the end of the world if you then don't like how the pattern's developing, because you could always cover it again. So if you say ended up not liking where that was, you literally put another colour on top of it. So yeah, hopefully that'll help. Lots of people joining. Thank you very much. So it's always good to spend my was it Thursday morning with good company. So yeah, do have a little go at this if you've got the bits and bobs at home, and do let us know what you make. See you all soon and have a good day. Okay, bye.